Can I say something?
Yes.
I have dated some of the worst people
Alive. In
literally,
the world.
it is a knack I have.
Sometimes I think you're dating to do research for the future movie you're gonna write.
About the worst person alive.
Yeah.
Combine everyone I've ever dated, worst person alive.
Seriously, you have a knack for it.
How did that
It
happen?
is a special talent.
I don't
It's
want
your self-sabotage.
this. I know.
And you love like a mean and off-putting woman.
I do.
And apparently a lot of the kissers do too. When we said that, so many of the comments were like, girl,
True.
same.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so group
Mommy
therapy.
issues. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I have never told, I don't think I've ever talked on the pod about a certain person you know about.
Mhm.
She needs a nickname.
Unfortunately, she is very sexy.
Ugh, I hate that we had to start there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can call her,
What's a name that, her name is so movie name.
it really is.
Let me think.
Some names have good rhythm.
It's a good rhythm
Like,
name.
ba-ba-da-ba-da. Maybe we can call her something to do with the car she drove.
Ugh,
Because I think that really paints a picture.
yes. I could also, this could actually go so many directions right now, I'm realizing.
Thank God, because we actually sat down with
Nothing to
no
talk
idea.
about. Her name sounds like Victoria Pedretti. I'm not going to use
It's
that.
better, though.
It is.
Her name is somehow better than Victoria
I think
Pedretti.
it's the same exact amount of syllables.
You know who else has a great name? Madeline Ford.
Oh, thank you.
Before I knew you, I was like, that's a stage name. There's no way that it's
Really?
real.
I will
Ford?
never forget. Oh my God, guys, unrelated, but I have to tell this story. In high school, I had a fucking English teacher. I mean, did you have an English teacher you were in love with?
Personally, no. But that might be
Really?
like a queer experience.
But I think that's a common trope even
Okay.
among straight people.
Okay.
But this is a crazy fucking thing about my high school no one knows. The teachers at my high school
Mhm.
could have been cast by a Hollywood director.
They were gorgeous.
They had no reason. And this wasn't like a Chicago high school.
Mhm.
It was like middle of nowhere suburban Illinois.
Suburbia.
No reason for these teachers to look the way that they did. At least one of them was a famous model before she was a teacher. And she was like fresh out of modeling because she was young.
And
Like,
something about people talking about literature is hot already.
oh my God, yeah, she was an English teacher. And I remember I looked up to her so much because I wanted to be a model so bad. And
Mhm.
everyone would Google her and there were pictures of her in this like little bodysuit with her nipples kind of showing. And it was so like controversial.
And she was
at my
allowed to be a
school.
teacher. So
Apparently.
good.
I know, I thought that
I
was
hate
kind of
when
cool.
At our high school, they fired someone because they had like not nudes, but like semi-nudes online, which I thought was
Yeah.
unnecessary.
It's kind of slut shaming.
Yeah.
Like, who fucking cares?
because it wasn't professional enough.
Yeah.
We don't
I
care.
don't know.
Yeah.
But she was a model. She was, like, on boats with Leonardo DiCaprio, like, doing the whole thing. She was gorgeous. Her best friend was the other English teacher who looked she was built like Kim Kardashian. That's all I'm going to say. With, like, the longest, thickest brown hair of all time.
Oh my
She was
God.
so fucking beautiful. And then there was a male English. They were all best friends, too. It was so
Mhm.
cute. Like, on Halloween, they would do little group costumes.
Mhm.
God, I wanted to be their friend so bad. I was a student. I wish I could say his name. It was such a teacher name, but he was the love of my life in high school.
Interesting.
This man, he had blue eyes, brown hair, little freckles. I have a thing for like manic pixie dream
people.
people. What is that? I
You
don't
love
know.
someone mysterious that feels
And
straight
like
out of a
quirky.
book.
I love when they're like beating. What is it? Walking to the beat of their own drum.
Mhm.
I love when you're fucking weird. I'm so into
Because
that.
it's not about the weirdness. I think it's about the confidence.
It's the confidence.
Because they have like the self-assuredness that you want to have.
Yes. This man, I can't explain his speech pattern. He was up there like just the way that I don't know how to describe
You also
it.
love like a performer.
It was also the performance and the way
Yeah.
he spoke. He was so like poetic and he was so passionate about the fucking Odyssey or whatever
Yes.
dumb shit we were learning about.
Oh my God. When someone talks with that sparkle in their eye,
Yep.
they're
Yep.
so passionate about something. And literature specifically is
Which
so
is so
easy to
hot.
romanticize.
He was like deeply passionate, and I remember I accidentally, as a freshman, I got
Mhm.
put in this speech and debate class, which only seniors and juniors were allowed to be in.
Something about Madeline.
Love speech, and that was like my
Not only do you love it, you were incredible at
Thank
it. And to this
you.
day, you're incredible
that
at
was
it.
like my hero origin story, like
Yeah.
accidentally being put in that class, and for some reason there was like no other class that fit in my schedule there, so they were like, fine, you can take it.
Aw.
It shaped me. I learned about like all the fallacies, like, and this man was so passionate about speech and debate, and we learned all about like advertising and marketing, and like it was so fucking cool. And
what are the fallacies?
I don't know, there's like the straw man thing, and like there's like all kinds of things I don't remember anymore.
Yeah.
I wish I remembered the name, because now when people do them, I'm like, you're doing something, can't think of the name, but I know that's a fallacy for sure.
We should learn them together. That'll be fun.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
But I got him then, and then I had him for English, because I was in like AP English, and he was the teacher, and it was so fucking cool, and I was in love with him. I don't know why I just thought of that. How do we get here?
The truck girl. Okay, she drove a truck. I don't know.
She drove a truck. Well, okay, moral of the story with this man is, on the last day of my senior year of high school, I gave him a letter that had my phone number in it.
You've never told me this.
I don't think I'm doing a good job painting like how much I was in love with it. He was like quirky and weird and passionate and reading books, and I could just imagine his apartment was like full of books, and he was so
Did he ever?
No.
Good.
Which
because
is hotter.
He's a good man.
He's a good man.
Do you think we could find him online now?
He's not hot anymore.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure his personality is, but physically he's not really doing it for me anymore. But
considering he's not a woman at all.
Yeah. But like he like aged rapidly. I don't know what happened to him. But I know. Like, peace and love to you though. But the whole like thing of my letter that I was trying to entice him with, he was obsessed with marketing, and I was a model, and I didn't tell anyone at my high school I was a model. I thought I was literally Hannah Montana, and I was like, hey, I have something to tell you, like, in my letter. Like, I was like, text me or email. I also gave my email.
Okay.
Like, we can talk deeply about marketing. I have such an interesting perspective on this. Like, I was like obsessed with him. Never reached out to me.
Good.
Like, my God,
I'm loving him.
it makes me like him even more.
Yeah.
Wait,
now I still respect him.
I have to remember how I got here. Oh, I remember. I'll
love
never
what
forget.
your eyes do when you remember.
Light up.
Yeah.
Well, once I remember, I think that he felt bad for me in that class of all the seniors, because I was a very shy little freshman. So he really made sure I felt like comfortable and engaged, and he was always like interacting with me and made me feel so special. And I remember so vividly, once people were presenting things, and he would sit in the audience while they presented, and he always sat behind me, and he'd like tap on me and be like say this little comment about it. And when I turned around and saw his blue eyes and his freckles when he tapped on me, I thought I was gonna fucking die. But the reason I thought of this is because every day when he would take attendance, he would go, Madeline Ford, God, what a name. Like, that is a movie star name. Like, that's such a good name. And I was like,
it is such a movie star name.
That stuck with me forever.
That's why I thought it was a stage name, because it was so movie star.
That's so sweet.
And then I remember when you put your name in my phone, you put Madeline Ford. I was like, interesting.
You're like, she's not breaking
she's
the
really
act.
committing to the bit here, or she didn't like me very much.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no real name.
Till kind of recently, I was like, I think you showed me your ID or something.
And you're like, fine.
Yesterday.
Oh, really?
I was like, whoa, that's her real name.
That's her real name.
Not that all this time I've been like, she's hiding something.
Right.
But yesterday I remembered how I felt at the beginning.
Yeah. Not related to Harrison Ford. Unfortunately.
Didn't think so, yeah.
Wish I probably would have come from so much money.
You would have brought it up. And non-derogatory.
Yeah,
you would have told me.
I would have brought it up, and I would be like a Nepo baby.
True.
Or at least a trust fund baby.
Yeah, you wouldn't be like, oh my God, can't wait till one day I'm in the movies. It'd be like, hey, I'm in the movies.
Yeah, so true. God, I wish that happened. Whatever. It's going to be way cooler when I'm not like the Nepo baby of it all. Anyway. I almost said her name. What is going to be this girl's
Truck
name?
Girl?
I want a human name.
Yep, and also in the future you're gonna be with a truck girl again, so I don't want to.
Oh, loving that.
What about we call her Victoria?
Victoria, that's my mom's name.
Sorry, Vicky, I forgot about that.
Well, just for context, the other day we watched 20 minutes of the first Twilight, and Bella Swan famously drives her truck, and this girl drove like the exact same pickup truck.
What if we call her Bella Swan?
Bella Swan. Okay. Bella Swan, and she had like the whole like disgruntled, like
I hate
awkward that. But like it's hot because she was hot. Like, can't stress enough how much this girl was hot. So hot, you guys.
I can confirm.
To this day, if I could take her, I used to think this all the time, take her, cut her open like a pumpkin, scoop out her guts, put something else in there, and sew her back up. Perfect girl.
So just you liked the way she looked.
Yeah.
Not perfect.
Pretty
Actually,
much.
in the slightest, you were attracted
Love the
to
way
her.
she looks though, like dream girl physically.
Yeah.
So hot. So long story short, I've never told the story of Bella Swan. When I started being gay online, because I was in a manic episode and I wasn't out to anyone in my life, and I decided to just out myself on the internet because I was being crazy.
Which is crazy because you had a following.
I had a following. Like, it was crazy of me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about mania. You don't care
Yeah.
at all. Not thinking things through. So I'm like, meh, gay. Also, hadn't really ever done anything with a woman, was lying. I didn't lie. I just had this insane false confidence. I'll never, OGs will remember. I don't know if anyone will remember this. I posted a TikTok where I was like, ugh, I hate when a straight girl comes up to me and says like, no homo, but you're so hot. Like, what are you scared I'm gonna kiss you? And it went so viral, and my DMs blew the fuck, because it was the first time I was like,
is that how you came
pretty
out online?
much. Yeah.
Interesting.
It was worded differently. I was so confidently like, don't worry, I'm not gonna kiss you about it. Like, I was like, ugh. Like, I was so confident, and it was weird. People loved it because people love when you're confident.
Mm-hmm.
And my DMs blew up, and I was just like scrolling quickly, and this girl's face was so beautiful, and her little tiny Instagram icon, I don't even wear my glasses, couldn't even hardly see it, and her beauty transcended that.
Yeah.
I was like, I need her. Like,
she just has
biblically.
an amazing like bone structure.
Bone structure. I love her little aesthetic. Like, oh, she's so fucking hot. So I clicked on her. She sent me the most horribly no riz DM. It said, hey, you're really beautiful. You know that? Question mark.
Oh, I hate.
And I was like,
hot people don't need to have.
and that she didn't need it.
Yeah.
Other people were writing me the most like clever. Didn't respond. Her, hey girl, right away.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. I was up in her DMs, and at the time obsessed with Phoebe Bridgers, and she's very Phoebe Bridgers to me in this way. I don't know if you ever watched a Phoebe Bridgers interview. She's very just like blunt and monotone, but it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
She was giving that, and I was obsessed with her.
You, I hate to say it, love a person who's not warm at all. Cold as
cool girl.
ice.
Cool. We're warm girls.
Mm-hmm.
I love a cool girl.
Yeah, which I'm always so worried about because I want to
It's
be able
not
to like
good.
double date in the future, hang out with your partner. Really, I'm scared about that.
I know.
I know.
I'm gonna try to change my ways. I'm really in therapy.
No, not that you have to change. I want them to also be nice to you.
I think that could happen.
I think you could find a cool girl who's nice to you.
Me too.
A lot of them
Haven't been so
aren't
far.
nice to you. Yeah.
No. So, I answer her, and like, this isn't where this episode was gonna go, but can I go into it?
Please.
Okay.
That's why we have LBP.
Oh my
Living
god,
Pod.
yes. So I've always wanted to tell the story of Miss Bella Swan. So I thought, and I talked about this before, like when I started dating girls, I was also on gay TikTok, but it was like the TikToks of the girls were like, I'm going on a second date, and I handmade her a Victorian inspired love letter, and I dried flowers that I glued to the page, and I was like, dating girls is gonna be sick. Like, I was like, I can't wait for someone to do that for me.
Mhm.
Like, I was like, oh my god, duh, girls are amazing and romantic and beautiful.
Yeah.
I was like crafting, like workshopping a poem I was gonna write. Like,
Of course.
important note, this girl lived in California, I was in
Yeah.
Illinois.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get a little Illinois Chicago postcard, write her a poem, dry flowers, glue it to it, send it to her. This was 1 week into getting the DM. Like, I was like I committed to the role of romantic lesbianism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which does totally exist, but don't you think that goes viral because it's so...
Not common, but I hate those videos. I meant to make a TikTok about this. I don't know if you're on that side of the internet, if you've seen, but there's this girl who's like, I love, or she's like, POV, I'm dating a girl who's never dated a girl, and she's like, hey, I made you pancakes, and the girl starts crying because she's like, no one's ever to be known, like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and all the girls in the comments are like, oh my god, I should start dating a woman. Not always like that.
Yeah. Also, you know how people talk about fuckboys, like that exists with women
Yes,
as well.
so important. Like,
Especially, can I say something?
Yes.
Especially with mask lesbians.
I know,
Right?
Especially the hot ones, because people are throwing themselves
More
at
than
them.
with hot straight men.
Because there's more of those.
Yeah.
Than like a sexy mask lesbian, but not when people say mask. What they mean is like that, like long hair but wears a baseball cap,
Mhm.
like pretty, but like
Yeah.
A little bit mad.
Yeah.
That specific breed of lesbian is so rare.
Yeah.
And they're usually awful. So I didn't know that. I was like, oh, we're gonna feed each other strawberries in a little field, whatever. So I'm crafting, you know, my poem. I'm up all night thinking about her. I'm like really in love with this girl.
But I need to know, you're making this sound like this was this one time I did this.
Well, this was the first time, though, to be clear. I keep doing this.
Yeah.
But this was the first time I'd ever dated a girl.
Yes.
Which this poor girl sent me one DM and didn't know that
she wasn't. Yeah.
I decided she was the one, and I wasn't gonna let it go. Like I almost feel bad for her.
I don't
feel that bad for her, but like
she got to kiss you. I don't
Yeah,
feel
she
bad
did.
for her in the slightest. You are
Yeah.
the most beautiful girl alive.
Thank
you are the
you.
princess of the castle.
Thank you.
Continue.
You're so sweet. So I am doing all this. She's like not really texting me back consistently.
Meanwhile, you were drying flowers.
Yeah, I'm like starting to freak out because I'm like, well, I hope she responds with her address in time for me to send my fucking poem.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, weird.
But you're like, maybe she's also like so deep in her poem writing phase.
Right. Like I thought she was trying to play it cool. You know, she slid in my DMs. I'm like, oh, she's trying to
pining.
upkeep.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like not too worried, but I was a little like, why aren't I waking up to like a haiku good morning text every day?
Yeah.
I was a little confused about that. Whatever. I will never fucking forget. I think once I got her we talked on the phone. I think this girl wanted a casual little fuck. I don't know what she wanted.
Yeah, I think she was like, that girl's hot. Let me send my like normal DM.
Right.
Moved on.
Whatever she wanted wasn't what I was giving her because I decided we were in love.
Meant to be together
like
forever.
we were gonna text all day every day, talk on the phone all night till we fall asleep. Like that's what I was looking for. She wasn't looking for that.
Yeah, you were like thinking, okay, what kind of wedding dress would she be
Yeah,
wearing?
yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I kind of know mine.
Right. Like I
Yeah.
was like going through her feed, like what is her favorite color? What can we Yeah. So I think once I conned her into talking to me on the phone. I don't know how or why.
Conned her.
I don't know if it was her
this
idea.
is so your type. I conned her into talking on the
I
phone
know.
with me.
I don't know if it was her idea or mine, but I can't imagine her wanting to talk to me on the phone, frankly. Or maybe talking to me is what did it for her, and then she decided she wasn't interested. I don't know, but I remember we talked on the phone, and it was so annoying because she was like outside, and people would like come up and talk to her, and she wouldn't be like, sorry, hold on, I'm on the phone. She would just have a conversation with me there.
Like, this is one of my biggest pet peeves.
Right?
Yeah.
It's rude.
Yeah.
Like, she was just
You're like in a waiting room, essentially.
classic, like, fuckboy behavior.
Metaphor.
Like, making me feel small.
Mhm.
And yet, I'm, like, loving the sound of her voice. Like, I'm obsessed with her.
Mhm.
And, oh, I just remembered the important part of the story, but I think I'm going to circle back to that. So, okay. We're talking on the phone, whatever. Butterflies are coming out of my fucking eye sockets. I'm so in love with this girl. She's so hot. Her voice is so hot. I'm like, I can't believe I found the one so fast. I can't believe the first girl I date's the one I'm
Being gay
gonna
is
marry.
so fun and easy.
Easy
Yeah.
peasy. Like, oh my god, done.
Yeah.
So then soon after was my birthday. And this was when I was manic, so I had a lot of friends because I didn't care if anyone didn't like me. I was just like, I thought everyone liked me and wanted to be my friend.
Mhm.
I was being crazy. I threw this giant house party at my apartment for my birthday. It was like the one and only birthday party I've ever really properly had. I wore that pink dress that I got. It was like a princess theme, so I went to the dollar store and got everyone like plastic tiaras and like
That's
wands.
so sweet. Oh, wow, you were so manic. Like, this is crazy.
So unlike this, literally.
So much.
I like got like a little girl's birthday party decorations for like a princess. I like decorated her whole apartment. It was so
This is when you were living
with my ex.
with your ex.
It was really one of the best days of my life to this day. Like, our house parties were so fun, and him and I were so intense about it. Like, we would make a playlist. We were intentional. We were like making the drinks. Like, we were so fun because he loves to party, and when I was manic, I loved to party too. So
I do love that boy.
yeah, I love that boy too. He was very sweet. So we threw the funnest little birthday party. Picture like my apartment packed with people there for my birthday. I go in my room and shut the door to FaceTime Bella Swan.
No way.
I'm lucky she
You
answered
FaceTimed her? Oh.
on my birthday. And I don't think she wanted to answer. It was like someone had a gun to her head. And I'm like, well, I do remember, I think she was like, oh, show me your little dress. Like, do a little someone else has said that to me. I love when someone
Yeah.
tells me to do a little spin in my outfit for some reason. But I was like,
because you're like,
oh.
they get it. They see me. I'm a princess. They're seeing
I felt like
me.
a princess, and she was like, you look so cute. And I was like, oh my God, I have a girlfriend, guys. I have a girlfriend. This is my girlfriend. I will never, I regret taking 20 fucking minutes to be in a bedroom with the door shut, FaceTiming this random girl when I had so many people there for me. It was weird. Anyway, that happens. I decided as a birthday gift to myself, I'm going to fly myself to LA to be with her. Paid for a hotel
my God.
because I have my lesbian moms in LA. Didn't want them to know what I was up to.
Totally.
Got myself a hotel in LA. Not even an
Very
Airbnb.
expensive.
Hotel. Expensive. Flights.
Did you tell
Ubers.
her, like,
So
you're
the-
coming?
so
Or were
here's
you
the
sort of
thing.
like, I have a work trip in LA?
Yeah, so I didn't really super specify that, like, I'm coming here for you.
Of course.
But
Because you subliminally knew.
I think I also was trying to play cool as well.
Oh.
Because I thought she thought I was cool.
Okay.
Like, these things I'm telling you, it wasn't super coming through in my action other than maybe, like, FaceTiming you at my birthday party.
Mhm. But you're like outwardly
Kind of
cool,
playing
chill
it cool.
girl,
Mhm.
matching her energy.
Yes. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be in LA, but I was like, we need to see each other. Like, it wasn't like, if you have time. I was like, no, we're seeing each other and I'm gonna go to LA. She's
Yeah.
like, okay, can't wait.
She was probably like, okay, quick hookup.
Guys, I spent hours picking out the outfit I was gonna wear on the plane. I still have it remembered to this day because Zoe Kravitz wore this little fucking blue tank top. So then I bought a little blue tank top and I wore it with these like sweatpants, but they were very like Bella Hadid. Like, it was so
Totally.
intentional.
Mhm.
Cool girl airport outfit.
And she's like, I'm gonna pick you up from the airport.
that's what I thought. She didn't.
You're lying.
But-
wait, did you know when you got on the plane she was coming or not coming?
I think that I knew, but she was like, I'm gonna pick you up from your hotel right when you get there. Because the thing about LAX is it's a nightmare. Someone has to really love you to pick you up from LAX. But I think my hotel was by her apartment-ish, intentionally. So she's like, I will come get you from your hotel. I'm like, okay, cool. I go to my hotel. I find the nearest 7-Eleven. I buy a bottle of alcohol. I chug it. Keep in mind, I've
Your
never
first
done
time-
anything with a girl.
No, I'm sorry.
ever.
Sorry. I didn't.
No.
That was a normal shock face.
No.
For you
yeah.
chugging a bottle of
This
alcohol.
This
yeah.
is like to be shocked. Like,
yeah.
I was so scared.
Oh.
And like excited though.
and like butterflies.
Like, it was like everything to me. So
You guys aren't even ready for the end of this story.
oh, it's horrible.
No, and like where she is right
I know.
now. Oh my God, I can't
That's
wait.
like the movies where they're like 6 years later. And
Yeah,
it's like,
I
yes,
cannot
I'm
wait.
so glad you told me.
Yes.
So pulls up in her pickup truck. My heart sinks. I'm like, how is she so like just as beautiful in person? Because you know it was a gamble.
Mhm.
Nope. Maybe more beautiful
How
in person.
tall is this person?
About 2 inches shorter than me.
Okay.
Fine. Whatever. Maybe 1 inch. I don't know. I don't remember. In my head, I think I was fluctuating things.
Totally.
I get into her car. I'm like, hey. She's like, hey. I don't remember. All I remember is wanting to die. It was so weird and awkward. She like took me to get food. We were bantering, whatever. We go back to her apartment. We're in her bed. She is such a fucking film bro, A24. Like, let me show you this really underground short film you've never seen, and let's talk about what kind of
Hating.
camera they used to film it. Okay, cool, whatever.
But when you're in that,
I was like, what is it called
Wow.
again? An
Yeah.
88 millimeter?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Like, I was like, whatever.
this is so dating men. Like,
I know.
it's actually ridiculous.
Exact same.
Yeah.
Exact same. And she has whatever. So we're in her bed. Finally, she kisses me. We're making out. I'm like, I've never kissed someone with such soft lips. Like, I'm like kissing her. I could, to this day, loved kissing her. She was such a good kisser. Like, holy Jesus God. Then we have sex.
Mhm.
My first time having sex with
and
a
you
girl.
didn't tell her?
What didn't tell her it was my first time. I didn't lie because she didn't ask. I just omitted that
Yeah.
fact.
So
Never.
when it comes time for you to perform,
Oh, actually, wait,
Technically.
I forgot a really important detail. So on the plane, I downloaded She Comes First audiobook,
you're listening.
and I'm listening in like 3 times speed because it's a long book and I wanted to really get it all in. So I'm like listening fucking intently
Yeah.
for the 4-hour flight to LA.
That's so funny.
I'm like, She Comes First. I'm like, I think I was like watching porn a couple nights before, like really prepping for this. I was like, she's gonna have no idea it was my first time.
Okay, wait, for context, how old are you?
23,
Yeah,
24.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. So we're in her bed making out, start having sex, and I decide, and I was talking to my roommate who was my ex-boyfriend at the time. He was being such a good sport about it. This poor man had to sit and listen to me talk about Miss Bella Swan for hours every single day, and
he is just a sport,
such a good sport about it. And he's like, you know, a good move is like he's like, the good move is like you go down on her first, because like it's kind of setting this like you're hot, you're confident, you're not scared, you're like dominant. I was like, so true.
I love that boy giving you advice. Like,
it was sweet.
That must have taken a lot.
I know, right? So I'm like, easy. We're making out. It's progressing. Clothes are coming off. I'm like, I'm gonna go down on her. I start. She's like, I don't want to do this right. She's like, I just like to be really comfortable with someone before that happens. I was like, okay, that's so valid. Sorry, like totally cool. We go back up. She does it to me. I fake an orgasm because the thing is, I was still in the mindset of having this like performative sex with men where I'm like moaning and groaning and arching my back, and like it was just so fake. And I think she could feel that. Girl with a job has told me like, oh, I can tell when a girl has only been with men before, and I think I was giving that. So it ends. I slept over. In the morning, she offered to make me yogurt.
And what do you mean by that?
Put some yogurt in a bowl and put like oats and strawberries,
like a little like DIY acai bowl.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, romance. Oh my god, she wants me so bad. Like, she's so in love with me. I eat my little bowl.
Were you guys cuddling at night?
No.
Okay.
It was really hot. No AC. LA summer.
Okay.
Didn't really want to cuddle. Then she drives me to my hotel, drops me off. Okay, see ya. Never talks to me again. Mind you, I booked a week trip because I thought that was gonna happen and we were gonna fall so in love that we were gonna spend every waking second together. Never saw me again. And so
wait, oh my god, you've told me the story and you've been like, oh, I never saw her after LA. I thought
no,
the whole
dropped me at my hotel, never talked to me again. And I had a best friend in LA at the time. So like the good news is it wasn't like I was like had nothing else to do.
Wait, so did you text her?
My best friend. She knew
no.
Oh, well, okay, we're gonna get
Swan.
there. Bella Swan.
Okay.
So my like best friend knew that this was all happening, and I went to see her, and I remember she had a wedding to go to, so we were all at a mall shopping for like something for her to wear at the wedding. I'm sobbing. I sobbed in my hotel. I'm sobbing at the mall. I'm freaking out. I think I called her. She clicks reject right away. I start freaking the fuck out.
Bella Swan.
Yeah, Bella Swan. I remember her sending me this long text that was like, it was so like professional, and that's how you know someone's down with you. It was like, hey, comma, space, like paragraph. And then it was like, I don't really know what you thought this was gonna be. I'm really uncomfortable. I have a lot to do. You're a nice girl. I'm not looking for something serious. Like, sorry. And I was fucking devastated. Not her fault. I didn't express my expectations. She didn't express hers. Whatever. It was just like I was so sad, and I had built this whole future for us in my head. And I was like, but what about the plans we made? I made. She was not part of the plan.
And you're like mourning this entire future with this person.
Mourning. Long story short, I go back to Chicago. I'm very, very, very devastated over this girl. Can't get over her.
So what do you do for the rest of the week in LA?
Cry. I mean,
in your hotel room?
I saw people, and oh my god, I'm wrong. I did see her one more time. I don't know why. She knew my flights because I told her when I was coming. I think like before I was leaving, she's like, hey, do you need a ride to the airport?
That's really nice.
And I was like, yeah. And I went over to her apartment, and she was so manic pixie dream girl too. I don't know why. I remember her like skateboarding, and I was like, god, that's so hot. And yeah, she drove me to the airport in her little pickup truck, and I remember outside LAX we were like, I went to kiss her, and she's like, I don't kiss girls in public. Like, she had a lot of internalized homophobia.
Oh, that poor thing.
It was sad. So then it was weird, and I was like I was like what is gonna, like, I was just like, I'm really confused and my feelings are hurt, and I had to go. And then she's like, we were talking on the phone while I was in the airport, and I think this girl was just trying to get rid of me, but she was like nice.
Do you think she was also just working through so much identity stuff?
Yeah, she had also gone through a breakup. She talked about her ex every other sentence. Clearly was not over her ex.
You do have a type.
Which is my nightmare.
It's horrible because you hate it so much.
I hate it so much, and it follows me everywhere. It haunts me.
Yeah.
So then I flew home. So it's not like we were on bad terms because she drove me and it was sweet, but it didn't go the way I wanted.
Yeah.
So I think I was like, okay, I need to move on. Like, this girl isn't going to be my girlfriend. Fine, whatever. So things were ended. I think I made quite a few passive-aggressive TikToks.
And that's your right as a woman.
And I was still kind of in the heat of the mental illness. Wasn't medicated, wasn't in therapy. Like, and I think she knew they were about her. Obviously, she found me on TikTok. So, like, she was watching my content, whatever. So this is where I'm going to circle back. Okay? So when she very first, I gave her my phone number when she slid in my DMs. She sent me a voice memo, which I thought was so sexy. And she's like, hey, is your name Madeline or Madeline? Or do people call you Maddie? Like, what's the vibe? And I responded and I said, it's Madeline. And, like, people don't really call me Maddie. Maddie has never resonated with me. I just say Madeline. Okay. So then fast forward all these months later, I met her. We had sex. I didn't talk to her. I go home. I post the passive aggressive TikToks. We're on each other's close friend story. By the way,
weird.
have you ever done the thing where you have a crush on someone?
Whatever you're about to say, yes.
And you add them to your close friend story and you start posting the sexiest pictures of all time?
Oh, sorry.
No?
I thought you were going to say you put them on your close friends and you take everyone else off.
Oh, no, I made everyone else look too.
Okay.
I didn't care. It was all a show for her. I mean, everything. I was like vlogging my life for my close friend story.
She's probably tap, 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 tap,
She
tap, tap,
probably
tap,
didn't.
tap, tap, tap.
Yeah. I'm like documenting everything, looking hot, looking sexy all the time just for her. And I was on her close friends.
Something about Madeline. It's you. It's you.
It's all for you. Everything I do. Yeah. Oh my God. That's the important thing. That my most viral TikTok of all time was about her. That's embarrassing. Like, I'm talking 10 million views. Poor girl.
It's not embarrassing.
Well,
not poor girl, because the end to the story, you're not going to feel poor.
You're not going to feel bad for her. So, okay. So all this happens, right? I'm home. We're like not on bad terms. We're not on great terms. I'm posting the TikToks. Still on each other's close friends stories. One day, I go on Instagram. I see Bella Swan, little green circle, close friends. Ah, perfect. I love when Bella Swan posts a close friend story. I click it. It's a video. She also loves to talk to her camera too, because she thinks she's like the hottest girl alive, which, okay, fine, take it. So it's her laying in her bed looking really hot and sexy, talking to the camera, and she's like, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people say the word resonate wrong. She's like, you can't resonate with something. Something can only resonate with you. It is.
You're lying.
No. I was like, it is. She was like, it's not proper English or grammar to say, I resonate with this. Only something can resonate with you. I think it's so fucking gross and icky when people say that word wrong. It drives me nuts.
Oh.
Knowing damn
My
well
God.
that I said, I don't resonate with the name Maddie. I don't resonate with the name Maddie. After that, took me off her close friend story after I watched it, and I never saw one again.
Can I say something messed up? I love that. I think that is hilarious. That is comedy gold.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
Right? But to me, at the time, it wasn't funny.
To me, even
and
right
I want to say
that's
something.
bad.
I've never said it wrong again.
I know.
And another thing I do, because I'm a nice fucking person, when people say it wrong around me, I don't correct them.
Can I say something? I didn't know that till right now. So it's
a lot of people don't.
Maybe some kissers have also learned a lesson. So
Yeah.
thank you, Bella Swan.
Thank you, Bella Swan. You can't resonate with something. Something can resonate with you.
Oh my God, she ate that up. Like that must have been so hurtful.
I'm not
at the
thinking
time.
that was gonna be your response, but you're right. It was honestly hilarious because only I would know that that was so targeted to me, and then to take me off.
She was like, I can't post a TikTok. You know,
True.
I can't do what
honestly,
she's doing.
that was her right as a woman.
Yeah.
After the public slander I put her through, go off.
I know it must have been so hurtful to you at the time. I can say this because I know you're.
Yeah, I'm so
you're
over
fine.
it.
that is hilarious. She ate that down. Like,
it was so funny. And like, I got a little grammar lesson. Thank you. Now I know.
And now we will never forget.
Never forget. Never fucking
And can
forget.
I say something? I think now it's going to become one of my pet peeves. I feel like you were not expecting me to have this reaction.
No, I wasn't.
I'm
but
loving.
no, I've never said it wrong again. And yeah, so the story goes with Bella Swan. We like don't talk anymore. I get my first girlfriend. We fall madly in love. Like whatever. I'm very over her. But like to me, she will always be like one of the hottest people alive. You can't make that go away.
To me, are you going to tell about what's happening now?
Kind of carefully.
Okay.
Why? What are you gonna say?
I don't think you have to be that careful.
Really? Why?
I was just gonna say that you have said her first and last name over and over and over again to me. Not that sounded bad, but like
no, I have.
She has such a
She's a character in our life.
Name. It's been cemented in my brain. And one day I'm like scrolling through TikTok, and also she used to not post. She wasn't like an internet.
She's
figure.
not an influencer. When this happened, like when she slid in my DM, she had maybe 2,000 followers on Instagram.
That's really key.
Random girl. Like she is studying film. Like she wants to be in the entertainment industry, but not even in a star way. In like a behind the scenes
camera
way, which I thought was hot, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like random fucking girl. And then one day you're scrolling, and like yeah, she's famously a person I bring up often.
And I'm scrolling. I see this one. Sometimes I'm on
gay
TikTok.
Dub L dub.
Yeah, dub famously. And I'm like scrolling. I see this one video about this LA party.
Oh my god! This makes me so mad. Okay.
And they're like,
oh my god, I'm mad.
I don't want to be too on the nose, but they're
yeah.
talking about LA influencers
and who's really hot in the scene,
who's hot at the party. And everyone is saying one first name. And the first name happens to be this girl's first name. But that's a common first name. Mm-hmm. But the search bar on that TikTok is that person's first name, last name. And I freak out.
And I think you sent it to me and I proceeded to freak out.
I knew I needed to get it. I'd always do this. I knew I needed to get it
if
to you.
I saw that on my own accord, I would have like literally lost my fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
It is... Like, guys, I can't...
You don't understand.
No one understands what I went through. Random girl all of a sudden infiltrated my little friend group in LA.
And to this day is dating a big
influencer.
Lesbian
and, like,
influencer.
I can't escape her. She's constantly everywhere. And I'm just, like... Honestly, the good thing is I'm not really bothered. Sometimes I find it annoying just because, like, fuck you. But she didn't do anything wrong to me now. Lately, this is my new thing is like self-awareness where I tell these stories and I'm like, I actually didn't do anything wrong. I was just being crazy.
You weren't being crazy. It just they didn't do anything wrong and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And now it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate that I have to, not only, it wouldn't be that bad to have to like see her and whatever because I have no bad feelings. It's the fact that everyone has to constantly remind me that she's so hot and sexy.
That's what it was.
And she doesn't want me.
That's what it was.
That's what it is.
Seeing the TikTok, seeing every lesbian LA influencer being like, that
She's
person is
so
the hottest person at the
hot.
party. All the comments are like, oh my God, just found her on Instagram. She's the hottest person.
And she doesn't want me. Like, I know for a fact she doesn't want me.
Because other hot people you see and you're like, I have a chance with him. This is
right.
like, been
like,
there.
No,
She
doesn't want me. I was the first of this little clan and now she's run with it and I'm just like the fucking leftovers. I'm ran through.
You need to rephrase. Like, the way you talk to yourself is so bad. We need to.
No, I'm really doing it for the humor right now.
Okay.
I don't really care.
I wish we could just tell them her name because it's so
I fear that people are
good.
going to be able to find out super easily and that's kind of freaking me out.
Really?
Maybe.
I think it's going to be fine.
I don't really
Kissers
care.
are like a loyal bunch.
Yeah, guys, please be like respectful in the comments.
If
like,
you
keep
figure
it
it
to
out,
yourself.
DM us, but don't
Keep it to
comment
your-
it.
If I see her name in our DMs,
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
gonna freak.
Don't-
Maybe.
Don't
Whatever.
DM
Maybe
us.
don't.
DM me if you figure it out.
I don't. The thing that's scary, I personally don't care, but if I had to go to a party in LA and face her and she's like, by the way, I got tagged in your whole 40-minute podcast about me, I would want to blow my brains out. But like, whatever. I did it. She was a pivotal story in my life.
Yeah,
my
well,
first time with a girl.
This is how she's going to find out that was your first. That's allowed to be a big deal to you.
Yeah.
It's also, everyone knows the feeling of like, oh, this was a huge deal to me and it wasn't to them. And no one would ever find it weird to be like, oh, I happen to be that in someone else's story. Also, we have gassed her up this entire episode. Hottest girl ever. Hottest girl ever.
I haven't
She's
said anything bad
okay.
about her. She's fine. She has a beautiful girlfriend who's in love with her. Like, they're fine.
They are a hot couple.
They're
like,
fine.
It's going
good
to be
for
fine.
you. Congratulations.
And we are not at all passive aggressive. We are very happy for you.
Super happy with you for you. Enjoy having my lesbian virginity for the rest of your and my life. That's fine.
And now she knows, maybe.
Yeah. I don't really like, I'm not like loving the idea of her finding. Let's just like take that out of the.
Okay.
No one's gonna tag her in this.
No.
I will
Could I
kill
say
myself.
something about Bella Swan from the little I know her? I feel like she wouldn't watch 40 minutes of this.
The thing about Bella Swan is she's obsessed with herself, and if she knew it was about her, she would. But whatever.
Okay. I guess I don't know Bella Swan.
The moral of it's crazy because all I put in the Kiss Master Doc so long ago was her full name and then resonate in quotes.
And I've always been like, what is the story?
And the way that I made that a 40-minute
that
story.
Is talent.
Honestly, like, insane. That didn't need to be 40 minutes.
No, it's one of my favorite things about you. You can tell a story.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
Thank you.
It really is.
I just wanted to tell you guys a little grammar lesson, but I wanted to make it super memorable.
And I will now never forget.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid it's going to become a huge pet peeve of mine.
Yeah. And it's like, I get it. It's like the name dropping of it all. Like, when I hear someone say it wrong, I could be a fucking pretentious asshole and be like, actually, did you know you can't resonate with something?
I
But
would
you don't.
never, ever, 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 ever correct someone.
But you're going to think it now every single time.
I will, unfortunately.
It's hard. Yeah.
Grammar lessons with Madeline.
Kiss grammar lesson. That was the episode. That's all I have to say.
No, that was an incredible story.
Thank you. Now you guys know losing my virginity to a woman. Well, I didn't lose my virginity to her, but
yes,
like
but that was your first time
round.
with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, maybe that is what the title of this can be. Let's
Easy.
take it away from it being about her and the grammar of it all.
Yeah, my first time with a woman.
I love that.
Yeah.
What a great story you have.
And it was awful, and I faked it.
That's okay.
If you're a baby lesbian, lower your expectations.
Do you think it was also like, oh my god, everyone's always saying you only fake it with men and you don't with women?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was not good. I also, one of my friends has also slept with this girl because everyone in LA that's a lesbian knows each other apparently. And we've talked about it, and she said it's gotten better.
Okay.
So that's good. But we were both like, she's such a good kisser. We were both like,
okay.
the softest lips in the world. Not the best head, but improving apparently.
Okay, good. On the up and up.
I love like character development.
Yeah, an arc.
Yeah, an arc.
Good for her.
Good for her. So, yeah.
Thank you. That story resonated with me. I guess it didn't resonate with me. I hope it resonates with other people.
I hope that resonated with you.
And that's the episode.
Is that it? Do you want to tell your Star Wars thing?
It doesn't go.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how I can take this like beautifully.
I feel bad because it was kind of boring. 40 minutes of one story.
I thought I was so entertained.
Okay, I hope so.
Should I just tell it now that you've
I
brought it
feel
up?
like, well, I thought the theme of the episode was going to be bad people we dated, but I made the whole thing about one girl and
Which
myself.
I love. I kind of, let's save this because
Okay.
it's not a good enough note to end on. I'm loving ending on your note.
Okay.
And I love you.
I really do want the moral of the story, like, not to be fucking cynical, but if you're a lesbian, just know there are fuck boys and fuck girls.
So it's
It's
more of
not
like a warning.
all magical. Like, yeah, it's just the media you may be consuming about magical romantic lesbianism, not always the case. Just set your expectations maybe a little
Dating
bit
is
lower.
hard.
Dating
no
is
matter
hard
what
regardless
you're
of
doing.
gender
Yeah.
and sexuality. That's the
Yeah.
moral of the story.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
I love you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Sorry about that.
Why are you sorry?
I don't know. Thanks for listening, though.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Mwah.
Mwah.